Hi everyone, I'm here from my channel. Today I will share 50 simple interview questions and answers for a waiter. So let's begin. Question number 1. Tell me about yourself. Okay, here is the answer. I am Salim Khan. I am 24 years old. I work as a waiter. Question number 2. Why do you want to work here? Here is the answer. I like your restaurant. I want to learn and grow. Question number 3. Why Saudi Arabia? Here is the answer. Saudi Arabia has good jobs. I want to gain new skills there. Question number 4. What is your experience as a waiter? Here is the answer. I have worked since 2018. I served food and cleared tables. Question number 5. Where did you work first? Here is the answer. I worked at Grand Chinese Restaurant in Dhaka from 2018 to 2021. Question number 6. Where do you work now? Here is the answer. I work at Banalata Sweets and Bakery since 2021. Question number 7. Why did you leave your last job? Here is the answer. I wanted more growth. I wanted new challenges. Question number 8. How do you serve a customer? Here is the answer. I greet them with a smile. I take their order carefully. Question number 9. How do you greet a customer? Here is the answer. I say, hello, welcome. I ask, how can I help you? Question number 10. How do you take an order? Here is the answer. I listen and write it down. I repeat it to be sure. Question number 11. How do you work in busy times? Here is the answer. I stay calm. I do one task at a time. Question number 12. How do you keep tables clean? Here is the answer. I clear dishes right away. I wipe the table after each guest. Question number 13. Have you used a billing machine? Here is the answer. Yes, I press the buttons and give the bill to the customer. Question number 14. How do you handle money? Here is the answer. I count the cash twice. I give the correct change. Question number 15. What do you do if a customer is unhappy? Here is the answer. I say I'm sorry. I ask how I can help. Question number 16. How do you calm an angry customer? Here is the answer. I stay quiet and listen. I offer to fix the problem. Question number 17. How do you work with a team? Here is the answer. I help my co-workers. We talk and share tasks. Question number 18. How do you talk to the kitchen staff? Here is the answer. I speak clearly. I write special orders on paper. Question number 19. How do you learn a new menu? Here is the answer. I read the menu every day. I ask the chef questions. Question number 20. How do you suggest a dish? Here is the answer. I say this is very popular. I describe its taste. Question number 21. How do you suggest a dessert? Here is the answer. I say, would you like dessert? I tell them the sweet options. Question number 22. What is your favorite dish to serve? Here is the answer. I like to serve hot soup. It makes guests happy. Question number 23. What skills do you have? Here is the answer. I am polite. I am quick and careful. Question number 24. What are your strengths? Here is the answer. I am patient. I work well under pressure. Question number 25. What are your weaknesses? Here is the answer. I speak English slowly. I practice every day to improve. Question number 26. How do you improve your English? Here is the answer. I watch simple videos. I speak with friends. Question number 27. What languages do you speak? Here is the answer. I speak Bangla and English. I learn basic Arabic. Question number 28. How good is your English? Here is the answer. My English is basic. I can take orders and greet guests. Question number 29. Do you know any Arabic words? Here is the answer. Yes, I know Assalamu alaikum and Shukran. Question number 30. Can you work nights and weekends? Here is the answer. Yes, I am ready to work any shift. Question number 31. Can you work overtime? Here is the answer. Yes, I can stay longer if needed. Question number 32. Can you work long hours? Here is the answer. Yes, I am healthy and strong. Question number 33. Are you always on time? Here is the answer. Yes, I arrive early for my shift. Question number 34. How do you stay healthy at work? Here is the answer. I drink water often. I stretch during breaks. Question number 35. How do you handle stress? Here is the answer. I take a deep breath. I focus on my tasks. Question number 36. What do you do in your free time? Here is the answer. I learn English. I watch videos on restaurant work. Question number 37. Do you have any training? Here is the answer. I have basic food safety training at Banalata. Question number 38. Do you have a passport? Here is the answer. Yes, my passport is valid. Question number 39. Can you relocate to Saudi Arabia? Here is the answer. Yes, I am ready to move. Question number 40. How do you handle homesickness? Here is the answer. I video call my family. I make new friends. Question number 41. How do you handle criticism? Here is the answer. I listen quietly. I thank them and learn. Question number 42. What motivates you at work? Here is the answer. I like happy customers. I enjoy teamwork. Question number 43. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Here is the answer. I want to be a restaurant manager in Saudi Arabia. Question number 44. Why should we hire you? Here is the answer. I have 4 years of experience. I work hard and learn fast. Question number 45. What makes you special? Here is the answer. I smile a lot. I care about each guest. Question number 46. Do you have any questions for us? Here is the answer. Yes. How do you train new staff here? Question number 47. How much salary do you expect? Here is the answer. I expect fair pay. I am open to your offer. Question number 48. Are you comfortable in a uniform? Here is the answer. Yes, I will keep it clean and neat. Question number 49. How do you handle an emergency? Here is the answer. I stay calm. I follow safety rules. Question number 50. Thank you for your time. Here is the answer. Thank you. I hope to work with you. So these are the 50 simple interview questions and answers for a waiter. Please like this video. Please share with your friends and comment below with your feedback. And also check out other videos that might help you. Thank you.